Nat, Michaelin. Good morning, Michaelin. What are you up to? What do you need money for? uh, that's what we all need. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I printed something out. I gotta get it. Back. Well, I made a listing here of um, the big things people need to get money for. In other words, how I went to ChatGPT or one of those, or Perplexity is another good one. And I said, hey, what's the top 10 items people worry about paying for? Okay, I'm going to go through that and then show you how to get government money programs to take care of those problems, okay? I still haven't got my business funding, but still applying. Okay, for business, make sure you go here. There is tinyurl.com/local, no, slash local, Lesko local business. Okay, now that's particularly if you're not a member. If you're a member of Lesko Help, then you can go over to the table of contents and you see a listing on the left-hand side called Unlock Your Goals. And if you go there on the left-hand side, you'll see one about Start My Business. And that tells you the same thing. But if you're not a member, download this free report. It's called Tiny, Tiny, url.com/Lesko local assistance. Okay. You think I could do that? I'm going to print out another item. Lesko Help. Yeah. Let me download this. Okay, Lesko local assistance. And that will, no matter where you are, if you're watching on YouTube or on TikTok and you're not a member yet, you could also download a report I have for the 500 free grants that are available in your state. Now, what I've done is done research, and it took me about a year or so to do this. And so I have a listing of all the states, and you click on your state, and you get 500 programs that are available in your state, and that's for everything. And if you need help, further help, and you want to give us $20, that's all it is. It's $20 at leskohelp.com, and we give you unlimited one-on-one help to follow through up on that. But you could do it, you could try it without us and do that. But the problem is you can't go to Google, you're not going to find these programs in the normal places where you do research on the internet. And that's why most people don't get this stuff, because they're looking in the wrong places. You're going to Google, and that's the death. That's a kiss of death if you're looking for free money. I tried that and it didn't work. You mean the business? The link I just gave you, Nat, that you tried that, or you tried, which ones did you try? Oh, those, the state local business? Oh, the link. Okay. Well, you have to do work. I mean, what that shows you, you look at that report, and it shows you how to use ChatGPT, okay? And what ChatGPT does, and I can give you an example. I forget what I used, Pittsburgh or something like that. Okay, so you have to it's all about you contacting people. You're not going to be able to just go on the internet and find something that's right for you. You have to call people to ask them what's right for you. It's too complicated out there. There's 750,000 programs, 750,000 programs. So that's short of a million. And they're there. And so what I gave you is how to find 50 programs where you live. Now, the way you do this, you have to, unfortunately, I mean, if there was an easier way, I've been doing this for 50 years, and there's no easier way than just start calling all those people. You have to start calling the people there because they never will charge you. Everybody I tell you to contact will never charge you any money. So you're not going to look at my list and say, oh, that's work for me, and I'll just fill out that application and get it. No, you'll never see that. But you see sources of people that are in the business. Is spelled wrong. Yeah, I do that a lot. V-U-S-I-N-E-I. Oh, I see. E-I, the I-N-E. Okay. Boy, I've flunked every English class I've taken, to tell you the truth, in my life. That's why when my first book made the New York Times bestseller list, I tried to call my English teacher, okay, to tell her, hey, see, I flunked your class, but I'm a New York Times bestseller. So you want Lesko, local, and then business. Okay, maybe I spelled B-U-S-I-N-E-S-S, okay. And you have to start calling them. It may take you 20 calls or something, to do it. That's the only way to do it. Life isn't as simple as Google tells you it is. Everybody in Google wants to make you believe that everything is very simple as long as you give them money. Whether you give them money or not, it's not going to be that simple. So you have to really buckle down and realize that life is a little harder than they advertise. Remember the mirrors? I remember the rear view mirrors in cars. They used to have a saying, the objects in this mirror may be closer than you think they are, or something like that. And that's what Google is. I mean, they're just there to sell you something. And they use vocabulary and words to figure out what to say, so you click on their website, right? And that's why you have to stay away from there, because all the websites you're going to click there are going to be people that want to get money from you, okay? And that's what their job is, to get money from you. That's why we never tell you to go to Google unless you know the name of an organization that does this. So that's why what we do is show you what organizations, where you live, provide free money and help for what you want to do in life, okay? And it's that job. It's their job to do this. And it's just terrific that there's so many government programs that do this. I mean, what people don't realize is that 40% of everything in our economy is government. 40% of everything in our economy is government, or nonprofit organizations. So they're the two people that give you free help, okay? Government and nonprofit organizations, okay? So it's very important. Let's see, I'm gonna print this out, 5. And that's what we do. We show you where these organizations are. So that's almost half of our whole economy is giving out money for free. You realize half of our whole economy is giving out money for free. And you have to start learning how to use that, because otherwise you're subject to the people who understand how to use you. And what they're going to do is, when you call people in Google, they're going to tell you what's good for them. They're going to pretend they think it's good for you too, but it's really good for them. So these are not people that want to find the best thing for you, okay? But the nonprofit and government offices do. They have no, skin in the game. They have no dog in this race, And so their job is to help find what's good for you, not what's good for them. Google is people trying to convince you that this is good. Well, actually, they're not convincing you. They're convincing you that it's good for you, but it's really just good for them. So if you find this other part of our society that is government offices and nonprofit organizations, They're there to help what's good for you, okay? And that's the important part. And we're not trained to do that. Okay? We're all trained to sell something to somebody. So, like me, I mean, you see my ads there? I'm telling you, hey, how good this is for you, so I can make money. Okay? But you have to find, and what I do is that show you people that help you find money and help for things that are good for you, because we have a society that has all this help. And anything you want to do. Okay, let's see. Here's for rent and mortgage, for groceries. This is your daily expenses, what most people have to pay for. For groceries, for health care and medical bills, for utilities, electricity, gas, and water, for paying off debt and credit cards, for transportation, for education, for emergency savings and emergency issues, child care and dependent care, insurance, home, auto, and life. Actually, that's not a whole lot in the government for insurance payments, but some are. And that's what, those 10 problems can all be solved with government programs. Okay, you hear that again? Housing, I mean rent and mortgage, groceries and food, healthcare and medical bills, utilities, debt payment and credit cards, transportation, cars, gas, insurance, education, tuition, student loans, emergency savings, child care and dependent care, and insurance. Okay, they're the big, and even pet care and veterinary bills, home and car maintenance. Let's see, that's the other ones are not so good. Bottled water. I don't know why that's a charitable donation. There. So, but also, so there's 12 here. Pet care and veterinary care, home and car maintenance, okay, health insurance, child care, emergency savings, education, transportation, debt payments and loans, utilities, health care and medical care bills, groceries and food, housing, rent and mortgage. There's programs for all of those things, and that's what Lesko Help does, is show you those programs. And you, they don't advertise. See, that's the other big thing. All the programs are not advertised. The only programs that you'll find are the people that want to get money from you. So they spend a lot of money on advertising and try to find you, okay? But the people that giving you money don't do that at all. They don't pay for, they don't pay for ads to get your name. That's why if you're getting somebody on Google, they have to charge you money, because Google charges them money to find you for them. So you have to realize that anything in Google is going to cost you money. You can't find these programs. They may be there, but see, when you do something like you want to pay your rent or mortgage, okay, you go to Google and let's say I put in, let me put in Google. Okay, what you see in Google, I'm going to put rent grants. Okay, rent grants. Okay, you know how many rent grants I get when I put in Google and looking for rent grants? Okay, fasten your seatbelts. We're about to take off. 140 million websites. 140 million. Okay, you can't do that. You know, there's nothing there. I mean, they're probably in there, but you'll never find them. So that's why you go to leskohelp.com, and we have on the left-hand side is a table of contents, and you look at a thing under Unlock My Goals. And if you go to Unlock My Goals and put bills and expenses, they're all in there, where it is in your office or in where you live. If you don't belong to us, a good place to start is go to findhelp.org. Okay, you want to go to findhelp.org. Put in your zip code. Now, let's say we have anybody who put in a zip code here. Holly 6, what does that mean? Nat, what's your zip code? Okay, Mike Line zip code 55902. Okay, so see, 55902. Okay, for, let's see where that is, someone in the Midwest, Minnesota. Okay, then I'm going to put a rent. When it says there's 2,300 nonprofit organizations and government offices that give out free money and help in Rochester, Minnesota. So I'm going to put in rent. And when I put in rent there, let's see what we get. We get 70 organizations that help with rent in Rochester, Minnesota. Okay, I'll put that in for the member. Okay, nah. Okay, so there's 70. Here's 70 to pay rent in Minnesota. Okay, if you, okay, so 55902, I did that. Tara is 66902, 66902. So let's see what Tara has. Tara. Okay. So she's at 66902. Looks like an imbalance. 66902. So I copied something wrong. I'm an old fart. Like 66046. Why is this 66046? Oh.
But this is as simple as it gets. So I will just, this is the ideal. So I have these two water pitchers.
6604. Okay, 66046. Let's see who's there. Lawrence, Kansas. Okay, let's put it in rent. What do you got there for rent? Okay. You have 58 programs. So there's 58 programs in Lawrence, Kansas for rent. Okay, let's do that. Okay. That's for 66046. Here's the one for that. See, we have another member. Shishka. Oh, I gotta kill that name. 91502. Let's see what's there. Lesko. I don't know what's sup. You like supper? Let's see. Okay, for. Okay, new zip code is 91502. Let's see what's there. Okay, that's in Burbank, California, and there's 5,500. So I'll put in rent. And there's 125 organizations and government offices, nonprofit organizations and government offices that help with rent. So 125, okay? And that is 91502. Okay. See, what you have to do now is start calling. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to look at that list and find out which one is for you until you start calling them. And that's going to be your life from now on, because that's how to live in this information society. You have to contact people that do this. Okay, somebody is in my zip code. Lucian, all right? So you're at 20019, and okay.
These will be right here on, well, presumably Jamie.
200. There's 3,879 in 20019. I'll put rent. And there's 82 there. So that's 82. And that's in the Washington, D.C. area, right? That's where I am. I'm down in Adams Morgan, online, and my apartment building. I mean, not that I don't own an apartment building. I own an apartment in the building. Okay? And that's for 20019. Now, You have to call these people. There is no shortcut that allows you to just look at a website or look at a listing and you know if you're eligible or not. There's no way you'll be able to do that. Oh, really nice, yeah. When you call them, even if it shows that it's not for you. CD, can you see if the printouts I have there?
Go look in the bathroom. Yes.
So, let's see, appreciate your help. Yeah, and they're not gonna know until you talk to them, or you're not gonna know until you talk to them. Thank you. So you have to call these people, talk to them about how you could get help. And that's the only way you're gonna get that, is by talking to them. And ask them for help. And then if they can't help you, you ask them where else to go, okay? And that's important to do. Very important. Car repair, you do the same thing in car repair. Michaelin, we have a report, ask us, look in the reports, on the left-hand side, the table of contents, we have one on car repair, or you could go to find help. Go find help, or maybe I have you go to find help. Findhelp.com, and let's see, Michael, what is your,
So if you could wait till 4 or something. Oh, that's great, okay. And I'll fill it up, I meant to do that last time.
car repair, okay, that's 55902, 55902, 55902, okay, for car repair. Okay. So 55902. And just put in cars after you go in there. Okay, there's 36 organizations, okay, that give out free cars or car repair. Now, it's very, 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 very important that you have to start calling people, okay?
Because you actually just like to get more freedom put in it, so the AC works, hopefully. I don't care, but I was with Jean-Marie and like, most everybody else.
Okay.
I know they got, well, it's really been miserable too.
So there they are. You see what, 30-some programs for that. Okay, but it requires calling. And when you call, you ask them for help. And if they say no, they can't help you, then you have to ask them where else to do it. I mean, this is how you do research, because they're not gonna do it all. Here's the Lesko. Okay, and then what we do, I mean, go to these places, and then we help you when you need more help, or how to do all this stuff. But we charge $20 a month. But what we have is 20,000, well, it's actually more like 15,000. The data says 20, but I don't believe it. So I say 15,000 members who help each other apply for all this help, okay? And remember, this is learning how to use 40% of America that gives out free money and help, okay? And that's what you want to know about, because you will never learn that in Google. Google wants to sell you something, so you have to learn how to get out of Google, or else you're going to be, in order to get out of debt. Yeah, get out of Google. Get out of debt by getting out of Google. That's what it is. So that's what you have to do. And learn what the free sources are that give you money and help to do this for free. Okay? So leskohelp.com. Okay? It's unlimited help by 15,000 members. Now let's see what we have going on today. Because not only do we have the database and all the programs in here, let's see, it's the one-on-one help. Like today, there's a 4 o'clock, there's a 7 o'clock, and then tomorrow, maybe there was one earlier. Well, this is Saturday, probably. So there's 2 more hours of live one-on-one help on Zoom calls. You know what a Zoom call is? That's when you go into our service and you click on the link, and you'll be on a Zoom call with the people telling you about how they got money. and you could ask them questions, so you could learn from them on how they got money. So that, I think, is just an incredible amount of help that you'll never find anywhere else, particularly not for $20. How often are grants awarded based on your income? Well, Veronica, I mean, it's a good question, but when you look at it, you don't worry about income. Grants are coming out every day, 750,000 of them. They're for all incomes and all ages, and everyone has a different requirement. Now, 80% of them have no income requirement at all. So yeah, 80% of the free money has no income requirement at all. This is from a book that was written by the head of the Treasury a couple of years back about government programs. So you have 80% no income. That's why millionaires are getting all this stuff. And you and I that are struggling don't know, and we think it's only for real poor, but not. Even the ones that are for poor. You want to know the basic programs? Go to single, S-S-I-N-G-L-E, single mother, register for single. Oh, why don't I know that thing? Single mother guides, maybe that's it. Single mother guide, that's what it is. Go to single mother guide, and you'll find all the basic programs. Now, these are the programs that have income requirements. There's others that do, but even the ones that do have it, it goes up to like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. I mean, you could be making $150,000 and get a $100,000 grant to help you buy a house. You know, so don't let that that information you have in your brain cause you to stop doing things. No. And if you call for a grant and somebody says, "Oh, you make too much money," go somewhere else. Look at for rent. There's 100 different programs just in your zip code. Good morning, Matthew. How about home repairs? Okay. Home repairs of 48010. Okay, let's see what we got here. Now we have that. If you go on the left-hand side of Lesko Help, we have a report on that, okay? And it'll show you how to do all this. If you're not, then let me put in your zip code here on Find Help. 48010. Is that what it is? 48100? No, I copied the wrong zip code. 48910. 48910. Okay. 48910. Okay, and we want home repair. Okay, there's only 154 organizations that offer home repair where you live, okay? Only 154. Okay, Tri-County area, Habitat, yeah, they're all good stuff. Okay, so you want to go here. Okay, my dear. You go here, Gwendolyn. And again, what you have to do now is start calling each and every one of them until you find help. And you have to. If they say they have no help, that doesn't mean there's no help. That just means there's no help with them. It's like a job. When you're looking for a job and they say, you know, we're not hiring, doesn't mean nobody's hiring. So you have 150 organizations that are helping you with home repair. So you have to do that. I mean, there's no shortcuts in life. And if it was, you wouldn't be looking. That's why you have to train you how to use this with what's available. how often? Well, I mean, there are grants now, emergency grants every city has. You can have 200 organizations in your city that give out emergency grants. And they're usually a couple of days or something, kind of thing. Others will be a couple of weeks, couple of months, or whatever. If you have an easier or better place to get it, do it. You know, but I don't think most people don't. Because the only people who will give you money and do it quickly is for people who don't need it. So it's a little different for people who need it. And that's the important thing. 48010, 480, okay. So that's what's important. Thank you, my friend. Enjoy the way. I certainly will. It is good. So all these programs that you need help with, housing, groceries and food, healthcare, medical bills. I mean, there's ways to get rid of your medical bills, everything. Go to the left-hand side on Lesko Help, and you see Unlock My Goals. And under Unlock My Goals, you'll see healthcare assistance. And there's all that programs. You have a hospital bill you can't pay, there's organizations that'll show you how not to pay your hospital bill. Everything we give you is free. Nobody will ever charge you money. Okay, that's an important thing. Utilities. There is so much help for utility. And now the utility prices are going up because of the weather conditions. Everybody's got their air conditioner on full blast and stuff like that. And you have to be able to do that, pay those. And you don't want to be locked out. So every city has at least 10, 20 organizations, not 10, 20, 100 or more organizations that help you pay utility bills. That's right, 100. My God. Debt payments. Okay, again, make an appointment with a free counselor that will help you get out of debt, get your credit card in shape, and get rid of some of this stuff that you don't have to pay but don't know about it. You got to get experts to help you to do that. You can't read something on the internet and believe it, because you have to talk to experts themselves, and they're there available to talk for free. If you're not a member of Lesko Help, and actually you do that, and Lesko Help, you go to Unlock Your Goals and go to Pay My Debt and Bills. If you're not there, then go to this website. It's HUD.gov, HUD.gov/counseling, HUD.gov/counseling. Job training. Okay, now let's get you some job training. We have a report under Unlock My Goals for job training, and it'll tell you, and that's what you really need. There's a lot of money for job training, Nat. Okay, let me get your zip code 29730. Again, you'll never get anything until you start calling people and asking them for help about job training. And then they will point you. If they don't, you call somebody else. 29730. I mean, if things work perfectly, you'll find one, it's for you, and you don't have to do anything but one call. But they probably won't. So, job training. Okay, for your zip code, 29730, I put in job training. I can't, South Carolina. Okay, listen to how many job training, 134 nonprofit organizations and government offices that help you with job training. You do not need a degree. Now there is so much help for that. You could go and get paid like $40,000, $50,000 a year to train for a $100,000 a year job. So these opportunities are there in every state, but they take initiative on your part to find them. And if you don't do that, then you won't get anything. So please realize that you're going to have to roll up your sleeve, start making phone calls to find out what is available where you live, okay? And that's so important, because otherwise you're going to get stuck in the same thing you're doing. Round and round you go. And where she stops, nobody knows, okay? So make sure you call. So all these programs, you have utilities, debt payments, transportation, even gas money, things like that. Education, student loans. Yes, if you have a student loan, go to studentaid.gov right away. Studentaid.gov. Educational grants and health. Lots of help for that, Carmela. Lots of help. So start for education grants. Go to Career One Stop. onestop.org. So you want to go to careeronestop.org, put in your zip code, and make an appointment with somebody. Every city, county, state has so much money for people who want to get into healthcare, and they'll train you for free. Thank you so much. I have a friend that needs help desperately in finding housing since she is going evicted on Tuesday. I have given her all the information you provided. She has done nothing. How can I help her myself? Okay. Yeah, well, she has to do it. See, you get, when you're in trouble, you get paralyzed. So a good friend will help them. Okay, what you do is go here. The first thing I would do, because she's going to lose her, she's going to be out in the street. So you want to stop that and get legal help. Here's got a free legal. Just Shelter. Okay, go to justshelter.org. In that, there'll be a tab up on top that will show you local resources. So you go there, and these are all free lawyers in your area. So I would call a bunch for her. Just call them. I did that for a friend and talked to 3 or 4 lawyers to see how to stop someone being, she also has a mental health thing and are documented. Okay, so go to Just Shelter and get that legal help. Okay, and she needs help with mental health hotline. Okay. Uh-oh, I got my grandkids here. Who we got there? There he is! There he is! There he is! Who's crying?
All morning, everything we've done is been fun things. And I was just like, Smiley's house.
Oh,
Smiley's house.
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
are you still on?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's real.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll get off soon.
Maybe I brought
988, okay.
No monkeying around.
Okay.
No monkey around.
No more monkey.
Right.
Sitting
Yeah,
on my
what was
bed.
that?
Okay, so go that, and then here, the mental health hotline. Okay, here it is, 988, okay?
How does that open?
Okay, yeah, make the calls for them, then you get a name and a phone number that you know that they'll be waiting for a call from her, and then a call from that. So, and also, look in, go to find, do you hear the background noise? I had like a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-week-old, and a mother over there breastfeeding. So it keeps them 6-month-old quiet. Now let's see. Okay, so go to findhelp.org and put in housing and start helping her. Okay, Him.
I said, well, that's my side.
Because a few phone calls and a few minutes from you can really save her a lot of hassle, okay? You are a blessed grandkid. Yeah, boy, it's a zoo. What's great about them, for me, they laugh at everything. Grown-ups don't. They just think I'm weird. My kids love it. So they're a very appreciative audience. So let me go and entertain them, okay? I'm sort of like the bull at the rodeo, or the clown at the rodeo. You know, when the bull goes after the cowboy who's on the ground, they send in the clown to distract the bull. That's what I am. You hear all this screaming, I've got to go in. I'm the clown, got to go and distract the bull. Okay.
You found that. Yes,
Okay.
see, if you
Okay,
can
see you
find
later, guys. Have fun. I am.
New chairs that are less tippy. See if you can get up on them easier. Sorry, Matthew.